Hey guys, Kaleidow here and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be continuing our Greek mansion build. I know this has taken me quite some time to finish. It has been over a week in the works, but I think it's very much worth it. And also another big factor why this is taking me so long is because I actually am having the most nasty, horrible allergic reaction ever. I'm not sure if you guys follow me on Twitter or anything, but you probably would know if you do that I have been battling a really horrible allergic reaction to something that was put in my hair when I got my hair fixed the other day at the salon. So yeah, I'm usually not the type of person who's allergic to things, but in the last couple years I've been really bad with just chemicals and just like flower extracts and stuff like that. They really get me and I get these rashes, and I really do not want to go into the details because it is so nasty and I don't want to talk about it. I have to live through it. Oh man. But yeah, we are doing the interior of the build. You guys probably have already been watching, like that's what you're doing right now. And right now we are doing the kitchen, and I always start with the kitchen in my builds. I'm not sure if other people do that, but it just seems to be something that I do. I like to start with the central area of the house. I like to think that the kitchen would be the area where a family will hang out the most. So, yeah, that is why I have started with the kitchen, and it is sort of the centralized point of the house, I suppose. It's where all the Sims will eventually converge and just like to have breakfast or whatever. And I kind of wanted it to be open and to overlook the pool and entertainment area, and in the end I'm really happy with how it turns out. I was inspired by Deligracy with her little circle counters that she does. I really love that she does that, and I actually tried to do something a bit different. I incorporated the stove and the sink into that little center area, and I think it's really neat. Let me know what you guys think about that. It's a little bit different. I have been in some houses in real life where they had the stove in the middle of the kitchen and they had the sink in the middle also, and I always thought it looked really cool and it would be awesome to have a kitchen like that. So how exciting, we now get to have a kitchen, the kitchen of my dreams in my LP, so yay. I do a lot of cuts in this build, in this interior, because surprise, surprise, of course it took me another 8 hours to do the bottom floor and the basement that I'm trying to figure out right now. And of course it took me 8 hours. I know I am so bad, guys, but you have to forgive me because I was sort of not in the right mindset for building because of my allergic reaction. It was really hard to focus when I was just itchy all the time. I know, it was dreadful. Luckily I have some meds now that are helping me. But yeah. You guys just saw then that I use the Move Objects cheat. I have been watching a lot of other simmers who do speed builds while I do my own builds. Just because I like to listen to people while I'm building myself. I'm not sure if other people build like that, but I do. And I noticed that some other builders always mention when they are using cheats and what cheats they use. So I use a lot of Move Objects, bb.move objects. So I'm not sure if that means that some things will disappear when I upload it to the gallery. Hopefully it's all okay. And here is something that I got really into in this build. So Hattie Sims, she introduced me to this build cheat thing. It's not a cheat, it's just like a mode that you can go into when you're using tiles, floor tiles, and I didn't know how people did this until I saw her use this in her Gatsby speed build. I had no idea that you could do this, so when I found out, of course, I went a little bit crazy. I used it everywhere, and I actually did go a little bit tile crazy, but I think it really adds to the entire build, makes it look a little bit more fancier. It's not just plain tiles everywhere or plain wood, and I'm really happy with how the floor ends up in all of the rooms. In the dining room here, it is actually kind of intricate. At first, I was just going to have it normal and wooden with a little bit of differences in the wood styles, but I end up putting some tiles, incorporating some tiles, and I'm not quite sure if I put some carpet into this one, but at first I was thinking very finicky. Like, I was like, okay, you can't have carpet in here, or I can't have like I can't have stones or pebbles out here, but later on in the build I kind of get a little bit more creative and step outside of the box a little bit with mixing up the tiles. I don't know why, at first I was like, oh, I don't want to put pebbles next to like wooden planks. I thought that would be weird, but after a while I realized that they're just colors. It's just like adding to the palette, and yeah, we're putting in a little like book nook area in that corner there. I think I would put a lot of pot plants in this room actually. One thing that I probably will do after I finish doing this is add a lot more pot plants, because I love pot plants, and I feel like watching this back now, I didn't add enough. This is actually kind of a cool idea that I had, where I was going to put together some of the tables with that, what is it called? It's like a china, your like plates, your fancy plates, chest, what is it? Cabinet. That's what I'm thinking of. And this is kind of a fancy little corner, but like I said, I do add some more pot plants, and it looks kind of snazzy in the end. I go really crazy with the tiles. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna go back and change it to be a little bit more subtle. Do not leave any area left. Like, everywhere has a design of some sort in it. And I hope it's not too overwhelming. This is the first time that I've actually experimented with using these quarter tiles. By the way that you can do that, you actually, while you have a tile selected, like a floor tile, you just press Control F, and it's really cool. It just turns into a quarter, so like half of a half. And you can place it around everywhere and mix and match. It's really neat. I just put a whole bunch of pot plants there. That's actually more than I thought I put around, so maybe I don't need to go back and put more. I really like those mirrors that I put in the dining room. They kind of open it up, and I also like later on I change up some of the paintings in that room, and the mirrors really reflect those paintings in a lovely way. So you guys will probably see that in the screenshots at the end of the video. Now we are working on the hallway, and you can see here I use this weird cork looking floor tile, but I think it looks really cool. Like, when I found it, I was like, oh, I don't know if I should be using this, but I end up doing so, and it looks great in my opinion. Oh my goodness, I cannot talk. So now we are doing the lounge room. So this is sort of a very formal, but also one of those rooms that you kind of just relax and cool off in. I tried to keep it all very like clean looking, clean and chic. That's why the floor is all tiles. I didn't want it to be very carpety or anything in this room. We also have a centralized area for a piano. It's so funny because in Oh My Goddess, I had a grand piano in their house in the last season, and they never used it. They never used the piano, so I'm really hoping that this time in season 2 of Oh My Goddess, or whatever I'm going to call the next season, that I actually get one of the girls to play the piano, because I never used it and it was such a waste of space. But this time, I'm going to put it on my list, guys. We are going to make one of the girls play the piano. Oh my goodness, because we actually have 2 pianos in this house. Crazy. And this room is very black and white. I love this style. I love the new curtains from the, what is it called? The new stuff pack movie hangout. I am so glad that EA gave us some normal looking versions, normal colors of those curtains, because all of the others are pretty crazy and wacky, which I still love, but it's good to have some of those normal black and white ones, you know. And I tried to make the room not so serious by putting some cute little boho items at on that little coffee table. Another thing that is inspired by Deli, that round coffee table, I really like that she puts them, like she uses the move objects and just like makes them all in, like rotates it. I don't know how to explain, it's so weird. You just like rotate them and copy and paste into a circle and it kind of works out. It's a little bit glitchy, but I don't know. I wish we had some circle coffee tables in The Sims 4. That would be really cool. And I actually don't think, well, I don't know anything about making games, but honestly, in my opinion, I don't think it should be that hard. Like, everything is so blocky in the game. We should have something circular, please. Like, we have circular walls and stuff, or fences. We should be able to have circular coffee tables. So now we are working in the gym, and I end up making this very black and white also. And I love the spa day stuff, like the gym stuff. I think it looks really chic and more rich person, I suppose. The people who live in this house, if you guys have not watched my Oh My Goddess LP, the people who live here are very goddess-like. They're very rich, super duper rich. So that is why this house is very lavish, very luxurious. And of course they have a massage room too. Like, geez, they have a massage room. Like, how cool is that? I hope that we can get either Rhea, their mother, to become like a masseuse. Is it called a masseuse? I have no idea how to say that word. The people who know how to do all that spa stuff, I don't want her to be a cosmetologist, but something similar along those lines. Now we are working in the entrance room. I guess you guys would probably think that I would have done this first in the entire house, but I didn't. I got a little bit creative with the tiles in this room, using the concrete with the pebbles on the edge there, and I used the rotate tool for the tiles. So while having the quarter thing on, where I can put them in little triangles, I also rotated it using the two triangles, the two like sideways triangles on the keyboard, and you can do so much more with that. Like, see, I'm turning it around and like putting them together. I think it looks really neat this way, and I can make all of these cool new snazzy patterns. I'm so grateful to Hattie for teaching me this. If I didn't see this in her speed builds, I would have never even like thought of it, and it has just opened up an entire new world, a whole new world. Oh god, I better not sing. But yeah, that is the room. It's nearly done. I'm just chucking in some pictures and frames and stuff. I'm really sorry if I am just such a scrambled mind right now while trying to record this voiceover. I'm just really happy to be back. Like I said, I've been out of it for a couple days, nearly an entire week, because of my allergic reaction. So it has been a while since I've recorded, and I feel a little bit cuckoo, like I haven't recorded in ages. It really sucks. I have skipped a little bit in this study room. So this is their father's study. Every single house that they go to has a room that is dedicated to their father, who is actually missing. I'm actually talking about the Sims who live in this house. I feel like I just randomly talked about that, but yeah, their father is missing, and this is going to be another room that kind of has some clues as to where he disappeared off to. And I'm really excited to get into the mystery solving side of this LP. I feel like I only touched upon it a little bit in the last season, so hopefully I can find a perfect middle ground of how to do so in this season. So now you can see that I've implemented some red into the floor, and I really love this. It kind of matches the desk and the other chairs, leather red chairs. I don't know, I don't like leather but oh well, it's not real, it's The Sims. But I really do like how I worked with the floor in this room. I like how I worked with the floor in all of the rooms, to be honest, but this room definitely feels mysterious and different, and I usually don't do anything with red in my builds. So I did do a lot of outdoor like changes to this build. As you can see, that is what I'm just trying to show you guys. And now we are working in the sky room. So this is a very light looking room. I actually have to change the color of some of the lights. Do you know, have you guys realized that sometimes when you place down different lights, they give off a weird yellow glow? Well, I definitely need to go back. You'll see it in a little bit, but I have to go back in game when I have like my Sims selected and change the color of some of the lights, because the whole room looks like it's on fire. Like, it is glowing bright yellow and I really don't like it. I did have a circle mirror coffee table in this room, and I think it looks really cool. For some reason, mirrored objects do not glitch out. Look at that, look. It is not glitchy or going crazy at all. I have no idea why, because I know there are a lot of issues when you're trying to resize mirrors, but when you're overlapping them, man, they are fine, especially if it's a table. I hope we get more mirror objects in the future. That would be really awesome. So in this build, in this room, I actually put I put a little corner of I think Ethan told me the name of it. I think it's a crying or cream table or cream pool. I'm not sure the name of it, but it's basically a Sears little dish in the corner of this room. So someone who is like an oracle or something, that's a little bit of a spoiler for something that may happen in the series. Someone may be an oracle. But I decided to implement that into this room, a little pool in the corner of the room. I guess you could kind of, can't remember the name of it, but in Harry Potter, they had that little area. I think it was in Dumbledore's dorm or whatever. I am the most noobiest Harry Potter like person ever, so please do not judge me if I say this wrong. But when you could look into the water, you put your face into the water and you see like memories or something. Well, that little dish in the corner, that's similar, the kind of the same sort of idea, but instead you kind of see the future and the past and other things like that. You could see it. It's basically for fortune tellers, I suppose, or oracles. I like to say oracle because that's a little bit more Greek inspired, and as you can tell, I went a little bit crazy with the floor tiles in this room, but I think it looks really cool in the end anyways. And I implemented a lot of carpet to kind of make it look a lot nicer, and I think the style of the carpet kind of makes it fancier. I put that rock table around the Sears dish. I really need to find out what the real name of it. I think it's like the crying table or something like that. I end up putting a diagonal wall there. It does glitch out with one of the windows, I did notice, so I might have to change it up a little bit, sadly, but I think it looks really nice there in the corner. I love the treasure chest that we have below that painting also. That room is just so pretty. Now we are working on a entertainment room. So this is sort of like a pavilion. I like the word pavilion, and I really wanted to have a room called the pavilion in this house. So that's sort of what we are doing right now. It looks very fancy and old-fashioned, like traditional at the moment, but I do change it up and make it a bit more contemporary. It does have some touches of, I know, classical style in it. But I do love the baby blue that I sort of used in here. Or is it baby blue? It could be like eggshell blue. I love eggshell blue. It is one of my favorite colors, one of my favorite blue colors. You can see now that I am using some more modern looking furniture. I put in these glass tables, which I think look way nicer next to each other. I didn't want to have every single room that was fancy to have a circle coffee table in it, so I decided to just have a square one. And we also have a bar in this room, and I really wanted to have a bar in here because obviously it's an entertainment room. We have a piano there. I can just imagine someone playing the piano like an entertainer, and then everyone having their tea or juice or whatever, sitting down at that little table and that lounge. It's just a very luxurious room. This is where you would definitely invite, if you had house, I don't know what I'm saying. If you had guests over at your house, you could just bring them to this room, and this is where they would chill out, I guess. Or you could go to the Sky Room too. Both of them are kind of entertainment rooms, but I definitely think this one is more of the entertainment room. It is just it's a very large room, in my opinion, one of the largest rooms on this floor, and I think I fill it up quite well, to be honest. And now you're just putting in some lights. I do like how I use the waterfall. I like to think of it as a waterfall light, that one where it's like crystals falling down. But yeah, I liked that I used it in that room. And now we are working on making the basement. So this is the fun room. So oh my goddess, we actually have 3 girls. So 2 teenagers and 1 child, and they are all girls. And I thought everything on the first floor is kind of serious. Like there's a gym, it's very adult and stuff, so we needed something that was fun just for the girls. So the whole basement is basically for them, and I'm really excited to actually play this in the Let's Play, because how cool would it be? Like they could invite their friends over or have like a club hangout down here, and I think it would be really cool. I tried to make it really trendy. That's why I had the windows that overlook, well, they don't overlook, they look into the pool. And I've also always wanted to do that. It is something I've seen people do in the past, and I've wanted to implement that into my builds for quite some time. So now we're just trying to figure out what floor I'm going to put in. I was deciding if I was going to make the floor kind of fancy in different tiles and stuff and have a pattern, but I think I just end up going with like a plain concrete sort of style. We end up having a DJ area, a little kid area for Tara, who is the child, and we also have a little juice bar down here because Tara won't always be a child. We don't know if there are going to be any more babies in the family. Maybe we don't know. And I just kind of make the rest of the downstairs to be very teenagerish. That's why we have the cinema area, the DJ area, and the juice bar. And I think I also we put in this game thing, arcade thing, which I have never actually played with, so I'm super excited to get into this LP and get those girls to play with it. I wonder like if it looks like you can have more than 1 player. I think I could see like 3 toggles, like 3 what are they called? They're like I don't know, the things that you control with. And I make a cute little area here where you can sit and just watch people swim, I suppose. And I thought it was kind of ironic that I put a fish tank just next to the pool mirror. So pool, what do you call it? I'm so my mind is out of it. Next to the glass windows. So I thought that'd really be funny, the fishies looking into the pool. I just imagine it like it would be a little bit sad and ironic at the same time. Now we are just doing Tara's little girly area. I did have this kind of boring rainbow floor in there, but I end up changing it to something more customized. I put some graffiti around down here. I decided that the girls wouldn't have everything primped and proper down here. This is their teen hangout, so everything's a little bit just thrown together, and you know, I guess their mum Rhea can't really control them that much. She doesn't come down here that often. I put a little cute area over here, and I feel like there are a lot of lovely little trendy areas in this downstairs part. We also add some lights to this DJing area. I'm not sure if one of the girls is actually going to learn to be a DJ, but I thought it would be cool anyway. They could have a party down here and that would be pretty awesome. So now we are working on making the floor in the little kids area to be more unique, and I think it looks really cool. I just used different colored carpets, and then I put in these pink stone, which I know it isn't actually, like, texture wise it doesn't match, but color wise I think it really looks cool. And now we are just chucking in a little bathroom for the basement. It is just very simple, chic, light colored. I didn't want to do anything super different. That is a reoccurring thing in this household, in this house. Everything's very light and bright colored, so like creams and whites. I think that's definitely what I was going for in this build. But yeah, now we're up to the screenshot. So here is the kitchen and the stove area. I think it looks really nice in here with the columns and the dining room, and as you can see, the painting does reflect in those mirrors. The piano, and I think it looks really nice with those tiles, and the TV lounge area. Here is the entrance, which I probably will change up, and their father's study. He has had 2 studies in the past now. The hallway, and here is the sky room. As you can tell, I did put a lot of fruit around the place. There is the sun or the sky lights there that I used. I ended up using a dance floor from you guys in the suggestions. Thank you for that. And there was the pavilion, and now we are up to the gym, and you also saw the massage room, and now the sauna room, which is very simple. And this is the bathroom, and here is the basement. So the basement is super duper fun, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Really glad it looks really childish and friendly. Somewhere where all the kids can hang out, so it will be good. Anyways, that is the end of this part 2. I'm definitely going to be waiting for the new garden stuff pack that is coming out in a couple days before I move along with any more of this build. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next part. Goodbye!